did that when you walked in. You're like, "Fuck you, Dad," and you hung up.
Dude. No.
Oh my god.
Why you gotta do that? What did I miss? What did I miss?
And welcome back to another stellar episode of The Careful Boys. And today we have Gianni here.
Hey, Gianni.
Rockin' and rolling. Okay, we're gonna get deep.
Okay.
In your butthole. Alright. What single event? Again. I'm sorry.
It's too much asshole.
You're an asshole, okay? Here we go. What single event or decision do you think most affected the rest of your life? And was there a turning point in your life? I told you it was deep.
Yeah, when I moved to Los Angeles. Yeah.
When did you move to LA?
On my 19th birthday.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When we met and you were like producing for Theo at the time, how old were you then?
22.
Wow.
22.
Oh, so you were like, when you moved out here, how many years until you started working in the industry? Was it immediately?
Yeah, immediately I got like an agent and started auditioning, but like, I'd say about 22 was really like when I started. 21, 22 was like, took me a couple of years to like get into it. But yeah, I was a hockey player my whole life, and I was, you know, drafted in a semi-professional league, and you know, I had college offers, and I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I knew that when I was young, I knew what I wanted to do, but when I like made the decision to move out here and never play hockey again, like that was like a total left field turning point. Like everyone was like, what the fuck? Like
I mean, it's like from athleticism to acting.
Yeah.
It's still entertainment, right? It's not like you went like engineer.
Yeah.
Or something.
Do I look like an engineer, dude?
You could be an engineer, bro.
Of what?
You know, mechanical stuff, I think.
I don't think so.
You look like you could be a blue collar worker in the factory. Yeah, if I cover all the bling.
Yeah, you cover the fucking ice, dude.
And add a uniform, yeah.
Was that a hard decision to make, to move clear across the country?
I just wanted to do it. It was not hard at all. I just couldn't wait to do it. Like,
Oh, you've been needing to.
Yeah.
So it's like
the second I got here, it's like when he feels when he gets to an airport. He's like, like me, I'm like, dude, I'm here, baby.
Was that something you always wanted to do, like all your life? It was in the back of your head, or
Yeah.
was there? Okay, there you go.
see, I envy that.
What?
Doing something that you always wanted to do since a kid.
Don't you always do what you want to do?
Yeah, but I don't have like one thing. I have like 20 things, so it's spread throughout so many things.
What a problem.
Yeah, that's even better.
What?
You have all these goals? Fuck you.
And then I can't do any of them good.
Shut the fuck up. That's a good one. That's a good one. Moving to LA. That's a huge. That's probably so many other people's dreams.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The idea of being like, yo, I want to pursue my one dream, and maybe it takes uprooting their entire life. And going to LA is kind of a very Hollywood cliche, but at the same time,
But he did it.
thing. Yeah. That's huge.
It's crazy how like we don't have to work so hard for something because we grew up right next to it.
Yeah.
And other people come here.
Well, we gotta think about our parents immigrating. That's totally different. They had a different coming to LA version.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not actors, so I don't care, dude. My parents have not been in any movies, bro.
My dad wasn't in Good Luck Tomorrow.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
We should lecture our parents, huh? Like, dude, you traveled all the way to America. You wasted away working at this shitty job.
Yeah, you couldn't try to be an actor? What the fuck?
Yeah.
And it's funny because your dad's in entertainment.
Yeah.
My parents had a music school.
Wait, your dad isn't it?
He was a sound engineer. He was like a sound engineer.
But he did all the biggest movies, though.
Yeah, his filmography is pretty crazy.
Does he still do it?
No, he's out the game. But he started working the mailroom at like Paramount or something, and then he just worked his way up, and then became a sound editor.
Does he have some crazy? Have you had him on here?
You think he was like moving the mail cart and just like making sound effects, and somebody was like, ooh.
This fool, he came home from school and there was Keanu Reeves just sitting on his couch.
You know the guy from The Matrix? You just saw that movie.
He took a piss in my bathroom.
Really, dude? Did you save it? You cupped it?
He flushed it. He flushed it. He knew. He's a fucking veteran.
He knew you were gonna go for it.
He knew I was sniffing around.
Dude, what? That's it. You should have your dad on the show, and don't bring up assholes ever. Just have him on and talk cool stories.
We're gonna bring up assholes.
Have him react to the video.
Yeah, he'll probably bring it up.
You say to him, you're like, Dad, who would you fuck, me or my brother?
And that was the 17th callback in one video.
Yeah, dude, I got enough of the callbacks
No,
here.
it's fine now. The people know. They know.
What's your question again? What's the biggest pivotal moment in your life?
Something about assholes, I forget. What single event or decision do you think most affected the rest of your life, and what was was there a turning point in your life?
Biggest effect of your life, dude.
Life, the biggest.
Oh, mine's easy.
What is it?
Mine is when I said "fuck you" to my parents.
Oh.
Did you go like 12 times?
No, like a real one though.
You literally did that when you walked in. You're like, "Fuck you, Dad," and you hung up.
Dude. No.
Oh my god.
Why you gotta do that?
Mine's this one's a real "fuck you" because like I think like
What did I miss? What did I miss?
my dad's not lying.
Oh.
That's fine. It's his fault. That's his fault. It's his fault.
Wait, what did he do?
It was
to
a
him?
Steve callback. It was a Steve callback. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a bit.
But anyways, what were you saying, Bart?
So like growing up, like in school, I think in my brain, I've been trying to be a good kid and been trying to go, okay, this is what my parents want for me. So even though I did get in a lot of trouble and stuff, it was still like, let me try to get back on the track of what my parents want from me.
What did they want you? What did they want for you?
Be a doctor.
Yeah.
And then in college, when me and Joe started doing JK Films, I was like, dude, this is like the first time that I'm like making decisions for myself, and I really enjoy this. And even then, I still didn't really have the confidence to go, you know what, I'm just gonna go YouTube full time and kind of like take my life into my own hands. It was still like, okay, what do my parents want me to do? And I've kept trying to find this compromise. And then when I graduated, I just realized you can't really have a compromise. It's kind of like with the LA thing, right? You can't live on the East and West Coast. Right. You gotta just go like, what am I gonna do? And I was like, you know what? I've tried to do what they wanted me to do my whole life, and it's made me very unhappy. I'm just gonna go try to do something that makes me 100% happy. And then that's when I was like, all right, fuck this. Both me and Joe got part-time jobs. And then from that point on, I remember like we were really, really broke, but I was happy every fucking day because every decision was made by me. And even if it backfired, it was because I made it for me. So it wasn't like you make a decision and if you made it for someone else, if it backfires, you kind of hate the other person. You know, you're like, well, it's because you made me do this. But now it's like everything was on me. And I think that was the biggest turning point for like the way I viewed the rest of my life. I'm like, dude, I'm just gonna start doing every single thing that makes my gut feel excited, and I'm gonna keep pursuing that. And that was like the biggest thing. And then now I can't wait to rub it in one of my parents' face every single day.
Yeah, follow that one up, Nick. Nick's like, oh, when I did jujitsu, it was cool.
Fuck, how did you know my thing, dude? How did you know it was my thing?
That is a Nick answer. Oh, shit. He goes, when I first submitted someone, I thought that was sick.
Wait, what's with the hand?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't do that with my hands.
I don't know, your hands just kind of look like that today.
I could do jujitsu. Damn, dude. Well, I can't go now because you already went for me.
I can't stop.
Someone stop me.
I don't want to, actually.
Is that the new Nick impression?
Yeah.
Well, like that. Oh, well, jujitsu blank.
I feel like me and my friend always do that to each other, like when we're making fun of each other, so it just sticks.
It just sticks, bro.
Got that raptor arm, dude.
It's my strong hand.
Yeah.
So Nick?
So,
He's thinking.
the first time I did jujitsu.
Find anything other than jujitsu.
Nah, but honestly, it's so fucking funny. But for me, I think it was I'm not gonna say there was one fucking main thing, right? There's always at every stage of my life there was this one point where I was really conflicted by something, and I had to make a decision. And you go and you kind of eat shit for a little bit, and then you figure it out. And I think that was what was really important for me. For me, when I first started fighting, and I wanted to be a fighter, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna be fucking so good, dude. I'm gonna be fucking sick. The first 6 months of me training was the hardest fucking thing I've ever had to do. Going from where I was, which was mentally I wasn't there, physically I wasn't there. So I was going through a big change in everything I did, my routine. I was in pain all the time, and I was like, dude, I don't know if I could do this. And that was like the first hard part. Was like the first month, I was like, dude, I was eating shit. I was getting beat up all the time, and I just felt like there was no success for the first like 3-4 months. So for me, it was having to deal with all that shit, and then being like, well, I made it this far, I might as well just keep going.
What made you stick it through?
because I knew that I was like, this is what I want to do. I know I want to do this, but this is so fucking hard. And I was battling every day, single day to go train or do anything physical was a battle for me mentally. And I felt like I did it on Monday, I gotta do it again on Tuesday. And I just...
Today's video is brought to you by Uncommon Goods.
You know what's dope about Uncommon Goods?
What?
A lot of times during the holiday season, you're like, what should I buy? But everything's played the fuck out. You go to the same stores all the time. You're gonna get that wax sweater. You're gonna get that caramel popcorn that no one's gonna eat, and it's gonna just turn stale in the pantry.
And it's gonna stay there till next Christmas.
And that's why I like Uncommon Goods.
Yep.
Because they got all these unique, independent, small businesses with cool stuff with awesome gift ideas.
We got the mochi donut kit right here.
Yep.
This is actually my first time opening it. Look at this. Wow, you can make your own mochi donut. And it's signed by Mr. Morimoto himself.
Support small businesses, guys.
Anything white in a bag like this makes me happy.
Every purchase you make, they give $1 to a nonprofit of your choice. So not only do you have a good time with your family, get a unique gift, and you help the world. To get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/offtherecord. That's uncommongoods.com/offtherecord for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods, because we're all out of the ordinary.
There was days where I would just not show up to train. I just wouldn't go. I would avoid it completely. But I felt so fucking bad, and I felt like I was letting myself down. So I was like, well, that was the only main motivation for me to move forward, because I felt so shitty about myself. But at the same time, every time I did that, I proved to myself that, like, okay, I can do this. I didn't think I could do this 3 months ago, but now I'm 6 months in, so I might as well just keep going and just keep chipping away. And then that was like the big moment for me. And then later in my career was like when I left the gym that I was at for like 10 years. So it was everything.
Wow.
My business was tied into it. So me leaving that was like really scary.
That's
I
a
didn't
big
know
decision
what the fuck
too.
I was gonna do. I thought I was gonna be poor. And during the same time, I actually moved in with Tiff, and I got engaged that year, which was kind of crazy. So a lot of like big stuff that happened for me that kind of had to prove myself that like, okay, I could be an adult. I could go through some hard shit and be okay. So that was like my version of that. So yeah, I guess jiu-jitsu is a big part of that.
Sorry, dude. I didn't know that's fucking
God damn it!
Put your hands right here.
Yeah. Do the hand thing.
So jiu-jitsu was a good time for me. Follow that. Oh, you already went. Damn it.
Yeah.
Kalyne.
Mine was, I had a really bad injury when I was dancing in my like early teens, 20s. And that was a catalyst for me to explore other avenues as far as what I wanted to do professionally. So I went into production, so editing, picked up a camera, then started directing, and now I have a production company. Sure. So if it wasn't for that injury, I wouldn't had explored other options.
Is it because you were pursuing dance?
Yeah,
like, and then you didn't have any other thing that you were looking to kind of achieve?
Yeah.
What was the injury?
I ripped my hamstring in half during a performance.
No fucking way.
During a performance?
Oh shit.
Did you?
Then when you hear the whole audience just go, and then you're on the floor and you're like, oh, this is me. And I have like maybe like 4 counts left. And you're just trying to get up and do like just the arm choreography. And then curtains close and you're like, oh shit, this doesn't feel right.
Wait, can you give me more details just because I'm curious? Like what was the performance? Like what was the...
It was actually in high school.
Shit.
So what kind of, was it like Grease the musical or something?
It was exactly Grease the musical.
Grease 2?
Was it like Conan the Tango version or?
Yeah. No, it was we had a
Take us back.
we had a dance performance for the whole school. So we had so there were like different tiers of people in the class that we had. So like you had your beginners, your intermediates, your advanced, and we would put on a showcase for the school.
Kind of like a recital.
Correct. And then kind of like that. And then I had maybe 8 different pieces in the showcase, and it was the 7th one. And we were doing like a trick that we had done countless times, no problems. The girl that lifted me this time, she was off by like maybe a half count. and just pulled my leg at the wrong time.
What was her name? First and last
Yeah,
name?
what's she doing right
First and
now?
last name.
She's a fucking loser.
What if she Nancy Kerrigan'd you, and then
yeah.
she's a star
It's because
now?
she was the lead in Grease, okay? It wasn't me.
Dang. What a good play though. Like if I was her, like
That's a good move. Accelerate her career.
And then I just remember dropping to the floor. I hear a pop first. Drop to the floor, hear the audience, and I'm like, oh shit, like did something happen? I'm like, oh, it's me.
Did it hurt like immediately or?
No, the adrenaline kicked in enough to where you don't feel it.
And were
You just, in your mind, you just go, just get through it, just get through it. And then when you get off stage, that's when the pain really hits.
Ooh.
And that was pretty extreme.
So you continued the dance?
Yeah.
Were you wobbling around because you were like
I must have
injured?
been.
Oh, you just
I
went
must
through the
have been,
movements.
yep.
Wow, the show must go on. Dang. That's crazy.
like how long did that put you out?
I was on crutches my whole senior year.
Dang.
A fully torn hamstring.
A whole
Fully
year?
torn. Like from the back of my kneecap all the way to the bottom of my butt. Fully ripped.
Damn. That's like a rubber band that snapped.
And you were like mentally, you were like, I want to pursue dance as a career.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yep.
That must have been devastating.
Yeah, it was like a whole identity
Aren't you glad
crisis.
you're not a dancer though? Because like look at all the dancers, like they're not really going anywhere. and
I know,
stuff.
it was the best decision
Right?
ever, man.
You got saved, right?
Yeah, but if you think about it, like as high as you can get as a dancer is kind of like touring with a big artist. And
That's
even,
probably one of them, huh?
Oh my god.
Am I wrong?
Let him go.
Am I wrong?
Just let him go.
Like the highest you get as a dancer is like touring with an artist.
It's tough. It's
Well,
tough. It's
In the new generation, the highest you can go in general is getting to JK News, which is pretty fucking low, I'll tell you that.
Hey, you could work on Cirque.
Look, at the end of the day, we're all in the same place. This is like when like the smartest kid at your school and you still end up in the same college and you're like, haha, it didn't fucking matter, did it?
And then after, y'all get the same tattoo too.
Yep.
Sure, also true.
And now you can't escape. So we're all on the same plane.
Valedictorian pussy.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, but if it wasn't for that,
Yeah.
who knows?
It's always like that though, right? Where like something is like you think it's a tragedy and it's a catalyst to something else, and
Yeah.
you're like, wait, I found my true love.
Well, it felt like that for a while, right?
Yeah.
Until you start exploring, like, okay, well, what else is there?
What made you go like editing? Like it was like,
Well, I couldn't do anything like athletic at the time.
oh, you need something that you could just sit down.
So I had met people who were filming a lot of dance and music videos at the time, and for me being a dancer, I was like, oh, I get it. I just don't know the tools to execute the thoughts that I had in my mind in the editing program. So learning that was like, okay, I could build the bridge between knowing dance and making sure that it's executed the proper way, and then editing those types of projects.
I see.
And then that just kind of led into everything
Did you
else.
do it on Final Cut?
No, I started on Premiere.
Oh, okay.
Started on Premiere.
Started on old school. That's
The
cool.
Final Cuts.
That's crazy.
And once my leg started to heal, I was like, I can't sit here for like 10 hours editing. It's not fucking for me. So I picked
That
up
must
a
have been
camera.
hard. If you're an active
Yeah.
person, it's like, I need to move.
Yeah.
And then I get even more crazier if I don't move.
Well, which is why DPing is so
Yeah.
much more. You're more in the action.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
doing
'cause
like stunts and filming stunts now and stuff like that.
And you're like,
It's
you
better.
take the footage and edit it.
Yeah. For real.
You gotta pay someone to do that shit.
Yeah.
I'll record it. So I'm just like, whoosh.
Yeah.
Making noises the whole time.
They're like they can hear the noises. Stop doing that.
No, I gotta add it. I gotta add it.
We add that in later.
Damn.
What about you, Anthony Lee? Did we ask you yet?
Yeah, probably it all comes down to after our first, technical Kinja's performance. We called it Envoy Black Ops at the time. That was when I was quitting dancing, and I was gonna move to Arizona for my sales job. And then
What year was this?
this is 2010.
Damn, you were gonna quit dancing?
I told you before.
No, I just remember you were gonna quit to become a YouTube dance group. I thought you were gonna quit your job.
I never said that.
I
No.
remember that.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, I was working a sales job in like 2009 and 2010 after college, and then I was getting promoted, so I was gonna get my own office in Arizona. So I hit up Mike Song and I was like, "Yo, dude, I'm about to quit dancing because I'm about to move out of state. So let's get down together one last time." And we had never really gotten down together, especially in like with all of our homies, because we always competed against each other. So we were like, "All right, fuck it, let's do it." And he like postponed all of his jobs and stuff because he had just come off the heels of ABDC season 1 with Kaba, and so he was fucking doing. He was the man. He was doing the thing. You know what I mean? And just traveling everywhere. So he just was like, "All right, I'll chill out on jobs for the month, and then we'll prep a show." And that show was, the entire thesis of that show, the entire premise of it was just do everything we always wanted to do. So it was like a fucking college boy. Like we brought all of our like fraternity college homies who don't even dance on stage because we were like, "Yo, you want to get on stage?" We drank on stage. We wanted to smoke on stage, but then our homie who runs the show was like, "No, that's a fire hazard, so can't do that." So we just danced it because I got high. And we like kind of jacked off on stage. It was a whole thing. But point is,
Circle jerk, big old circle jerk.
big old circle.
Don't
It
look
was
surprised.
sick, dude.
Continue,
You join next time.
sorry.
But we do this show as like kind of like the martini glass send off, but afterwards it was the craziest standing ovation I've still to this day ever gotten in my life. It was the best performance still to this day, like best feeling ever. And that Thursday I went and I basically quit my job.
I'm not fucking leaving.
I'm not fucking leaving, yeah.
That is a huge like pivotal moment.
I'm not fucking leaving. Hands down the biggest moment.
Were the standing ovations because all the guys had their pants around their ankles and they had a boner too? So as a standing that way.
And it was impressive. Yeah. But no, that you know, like Bart, it's like when you make a decision, even though you don't necessarily have or know the runway, but you're just like, I'm gonna start making these calls for myself. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like the more stable or like, you know, traditional route of doing something, and it was like a, actually, if anything, frowned upon and not really accepted version that like your, you know, your peers or your parents might understand, but you're like, fuck it, I gotta do this because there's something weird about like ending the thing I love and beginning the thing I don't love. You know what I mean?
That's tight.
Thank you for sharing.
That's pretty deep.
That was the same year I ripped my hamstring.
Oh shit.
Oh really?
What year is this?
2010.
Damn.
That was the year I started training, dude.
Wow.
That was the year I started at high school.
Fuck you. Get the fuck out of here, dude.